My name is David Ring. You're in southern Indiana right now, about 20 miles from the Ohio River. You're on Ring Farms. We are a diversified family farm. We grow corn, soybeans, wheat, double crop beans. My son also raises a lot of turkeys for our company here in Huntingburg, Indiana. We used to be a dairy farm for over 100 years and have kind of slid out of that project just recently to, I guess, concentrate more on our corn and soybean operation. Our farm was established in 1854. It was actually a present that my great-great-grandmother received from her dad, who lives across the road from us, who married my great-great-great-grandfather. It was a dowry present of 100 acres. We have grown quite a bit since then. We raised, like I said, a diversified farm. We had a dairy on this farm for over 100 years, and just recently kind of got out of that. The turkey operation kind of superseded it, and have gone from there. We farm, myself and my son is basically the farm manager, runs the farm right now, and I have two other children. I have a daughter who's a physical therapist in Seymour, Indiana, and a son lives in Sacramento as a computer program consultant. So we are very fortunate here in this area. We have rolling ground, as you can probably see in the background, and it's a pretty fertile ground. We've taken care of it with cover crops and just kind of nurtured the soil. Our corn and soybean crop is almost all of it is exported. We ship it to a terminal on the Ohio River, which is about 25 miles from us. ADM has a large terminal there, load on the barges, and it goes down the river to New Orleans, and from there it's exported. Soybeans, there's a processing plant in Owensboro, Kentucky. Some of it goes there, but most of it Maceo, Kentucky, Gavilon, and ADM, and that is also exported. All of it is exported there. We sell our turkeys to a company in Huntingburg, Indiana called Farbest Foods. They are connected with Boar's Head Deli, and all the white meat goes to Boar's Head Deli. These are tom turkeys. When you eat a turkey at Thanksgiving, that's a hen. They probably weigh about 25 pounds. These turkeys just sold a flock last week, average between 45 and 48 pounds, and they're totally cut up in this factory here in Huntingburg, Indiana. Milk, we used to be members of Dairy Farmers America, which is a large milk marketing co-op. Before these, we used to have a dairy herd that we just dispersed our dairy cows. These are some of the heifers that we had from our dairy herd when we had it. We were raising them up and they're bred. They will go to some farm that needs some replacement cows in their dairy herd. We're here this morning harvesting soybeans. Behind me is our combine. We have it on tracks. We also have a grain cart that we use on tracks to try to keep everything on tracks to combat compaction. We do some no-till work, and it just works much better if we don't have compaction. This year our beans are doing very good. We've had very timely rains, and we've just been fortunate to have good yields. This combine has a yield monitor in it that keeps track of the yields. We have Climate View, Field View. It's a program that I can print maps off and shows the yields exactly over the whole field. Very helpful with determining how much fertilizer we want to put back on by the yields in that particular spot. It works extremely well, user-friendly. A lot of people we rent for immediately want to see the maps because they want to see where their farm is yielding at. We use it for that. We also we find spots where we may need more tiling done to drain the soil so we have more production, so we use it quite a bit. Also, those maps go into our person we buy our fertilizer from, and they determine prescriptions for fertilizer application based on yield, and it's just a neat thing. The header on this combine is 40 feet wide, floats quite a bit across the field, so as you can see on the stubbles, it cuts it very low to the ground. This is the tractor that we pull our grain cart with. Has tracks on the drive tracks. It also has steering tracks called a quad track. We do this so the compaction issue, it doesn't, with all the weight we're pulling around the field, helps us to alleviate that so we can grow better crops. Our grain cart also has tracks on it, and it is almost non-existent compaction with the large tracks that we have on this grain cart. We weigh every kernel of corn and beans. Here we have the monitor for the scales. It also prints a report of the weight of that particular load. This is the tractor monitor, which this tractor is auto steer. If we're doing tillage, it will drive it. It's almost sub-inch accuracy. We plant corn with this tractor also, and it's very accurate. We don't have to use the markers to keep track of where we're going. Okay, behind me is our grain handling system. We started out with one grain bin when I was in college, and we've kind of expanded the program a little bit. We have a dryer, that continuous flow dryer that you see in the kind of the red tin in the background, that keeps up with our combine pretty closely. We also have a pit there where we can drive across with a semi and dump our grain, you know, and it's very fast, so we really don't have a lot of downtime for somebody standing there waiting to unload a semi. So that's that part of the operation. On the other side here, you see some turkey houses. These are now, they're empty. We've just sold flocks last week. The thing that is kind of important here is we clean those out, and that turkey litter and turkey manure we use as fertilizer. It's very, very valuable to us. If people in the community say it kind of smells, I always remind them it's an aroma for a farmer, because it's money for us that we save by not having to buy that much fertilizer. But these houses will be populated again next week, and then they grow we get them at 5 weeks of age, and they grow to about 18 weeks, and they'll be 45 to 48 pound birds at that time. Okay, this is an example of some of the conservation practices we use. This is called a dry dam or a wascob. The water from these hills all accumulates in here, so we don't get a rapid runoff and make a ditch, and then it slowly seeps through this pipe into a field tile and goes down into the creek. This is a very hilly field, and we put those in here to keep erosion down. It's already worked up from our corn harvest. We will plant this in wheat. There's about 100 acres around here that associated with this field. We plant in wheat. Normally, if we didn't want to plant this in a wheat crop, we would put cover crops here. Something green grows here all year round, just to protect the soil. I serve on the U.S. Grains Council. I'm on the Western Hemisphere A team. I was on the ethanol A team. We grow our corn for the whole world. We try to produce the best quality we can, because in transportation there's always something that goes wrong, so it has to be really good coming from our farms. Our turkey operation, the plant had a little bit of a problem with COVID. They got that solved, and thank heavens the production went back to normal, so that things have worked out there. It has been a problem, but I'd say the biggest problem has been getting a timely delivery of parts for our equipment. I want to appreciate everyone for watching this video. If you're ever in southern Indiana, make sure you stop in. We would enjoy visiting with you. Goodbye.